You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from
Kwame T.
an inmate at Nash Correctional Institution. This call will be monitored and recorded. For customer assistance, collection, or complete procedures, or to block future calls, dial 1-866-230-7761. To accept this call, press 5 now. To decline, thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Yeah.
What up, Dut?
What up?
I can't call it OG. How you doing today?
You know how we do, man. Just putting everything together, man. It's an honor, man, to be able to do this situation with you, bro, for real.
Man, likewise, man. Like I said, man, you was one of the giants, one of the pillars of this urban fiction, man. A lot of people can't say they here where they are now without saying your name. Somewhere involved with the whole Dutch trilogy. You feel me? And I got all your books right in front of me, so everybody can see, man.
Oh, word, man. Yo, that's a beautiful thing, man. I really appreciate that. I want to say a thing, to all the fans out there, all my people that support me over the years. I really appreciate that. And it does me good. You know what I mean? Being time ahead, like people trying to hold you down. Anytime you find yourself in that situation, whether you're behind a wall, you're behind a situation, like don't never let nobody hold you down. The biggest thing that I learned about life is you can look the world in the eye and demand what you will, not what you can. Because when you demand from the world, it's going to give it up. You know what I mean? Like, don't never look at a situation like it's too big for you. Don't never look at a situation like the world is too big for you. You know what I mean? And that's the mentality that's got me over these last 26 years. That's the thing that made me write these books. These are the things that made me move forward and be able to accomplish all of these things despite being locked up. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, you holding it down for so long, big dog. Like, man, your resume and your path is like untouched, bro. For real. And I know everybody respect that.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see the young brothers and sisters. I want to see them come up as well behind me with what they doing, because this is our opportunity, man. The world has awakened. We have awakened as a people. This is our opportunity to come together and work together. Like, we can't let nobody divide and conquer us, right? Like, this is what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to bring about situations where we argue amongst one another, so that way we can't move forward, but we can't let that happen. But that's why everything that I write or try to do is geared towards bringing people together. Like, if you think about Dutch, and even when I'm on my gangster shit, when you talk about Dutch, the finale, when Dutch brought everybody together in France, he brought everybody in the streets together and said, listen, we gonna eat. All us gonna eat together.
Right.
I mean, Dutch too, where Rock was like, yo, what we gonna do? We trying to bring the streets together. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it is always a theme for me about saying, okay, look, this is what we can do as a people. Whether we in the streets, whether we in politics, whether we in business, whatever we do, while we do it together, but we build pyramids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck you think we can't do? So, it's really exciting for me right now what's going on, because, right now we got the movie coming out. We got Dutch, the movie coming out. So anybody that want to check out the trailer is Dutch, the movie 2020. And you go check that out. We got Lance Gross in that joint, Jeremy Weeks, what's my man name? Michael, my man, like the African brother.
Michael Blackson?
That was Michael Blackstone. Some couple other names in there, man, but everybody was in there big up because they really brought it, and the movie is coming. So we got some other things coming down the pipe. We got some other movies coming down the pipe. You know what I mean? And I want to announce right now, me and my man Stan, we working on some things. You know what I mean? So the opportunities are there.
Since you said that, somewhere down the line, could I get a Gang Tales Publications with the legendary Dutch?
You already know, but that's why I said, I definitely want to do. We definitely got to work together, man. Like, that's what I said. Like, we have to. Each one of us got to bring this to the table, man. So that's what I'm saying. We definitely gonna work together, because like we was talking about before, this movie shit is the future.
Right.
You know what I mean? Content is the future. Like, we supposed to have our own network so far. Like, when you think about Revolt, you know what I mean? Like, Revolt should be our network. We shouldn't have to go nowhere else when it comes down to content and getting that fly shit. Everything should be going through Revolt.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why should we be on Netflix or Hulu or any of these shit? We should be sitting down with Puff like, Puff, what up?
That part.
You know what I mean? Like, how we gonna build this network right here for all of us to eat and bring us all together? So now this shit Revolt is bigger You know what I mean? Like, that's what we need to do. We need to support our own, support one another, and when we do that, bro, we build our own nation. That's what it's all about.
And I always make sure I try to tell people at the end of every conversation, man, at the end of the day, us black people is we all we got. If we ain't gonna take care of our else, who can we go to?
Exactly. And a lot of time, I'm going to tell you something else that kind of separated when it comes to black. Because a lot of time we forget what blackness is. We think if you wasn't born in America, you're not black.
Right.
Like, bro, you the Brazilian, our Brazilian brothers and sisters, our Cuban brothers and sisters, the Dominican Republic.
And that's what I tell everybody that looks at me like I'm not, my family's from the islands, Like, my dad's side is from the islands. So, like, a lot of people like, damn, nigga, you can hear the accent and all that shit.
Exactly. That's us. That's all us. We was on the islands before we came to America.
Right.
One of the first stopping grounds was Cuba and Brazil. So they blacker than us. You know what I mean? So on some real shit, that's where it is. So that's what we have to embrace. We have to embrace our love for one another across the board, regardless of language. You know what I mean? Like, look everywhere we look across the world. Every time somebody being held down, they dog. Right. They black. You know what I mean? Like, look at in India. In India, the Dalits, they call them the untouchable. That's written in their religion. That these dark-skinned individuals are not worthy of respect. You know what I mean? Like, so that shit racism is ingrained in that shit, bro. You know what I mean? And so when you talk about like, a lot of people always looking at the Caucasians as the blonde-haired, blue-eyed side. Azerbaijanis, from that area right there, Armenians, that's the Caucasian. That's right there with the Caucasus Mountains. And they usually darker than anything in Europe. Right. You see that? So when we talk about oppression, when we talk about that across the board, look what's going on over there in Armenia right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because so this is what I'm saying. When we talking about our people, yes, we separated by culture, we separated by language, without a shadow of a doubt. But if we're not separated by mentality, then we can't be stopped. See, that's when we come together. And when we come together, we make shit happen, bro. Right. Because a lot of times, like right now, we in election season where everybody's talking about vote, 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 vote. No. A democracy is about organizing. The vote is the last thing you do. Because in a democracy, you're looking for partners. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to work with us? Who's going to move with us? Who's our team? And we're not just talking about people outside the community. We're talking about within the community. All right, you got a hammer, you got some nails, you got some boards, all right, you got some paint, we're going to build a house. Right. Now, it might not be the best house, but it's going to keep the rain off of us so we figure out how to get the rest of this shit together. Right. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? That's the first step. And voting is important. It's fundamental. But at the end of the day, when you vote, you give away your power. So you use voting to enforce your power. You see what I'm saying? You put the whole situation together, and then you go find the people who gonna hold you down and say, all right, look, we built this house, you gonna be a part of it? I bet we gonna vote for you. You see what I'm saying? That enforces your power. That helps you increase your power. But when all you gonna do is just vote and just let somebody else do it, then they're gonna take your money. Right. They're gonna take your taxes. They're gonna take your power. They're gonna be flying all over, getting head in the goddamn White House because you gave them the power to do that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta not be lazy. We have to be proactive, not just in the streets hollering and screaming. We gotta be organized. Right. Right. Like if you got three sisters on the block who they stay home and it might be a little hard on them, but y'all need to work. Pay them sisters to take care of the kids. Right. You know what I'm saying? Create a situation within your community. Do that.
It takes a village to raise a nation.
Say that again?
I said it takes a village to raise a nation. So, yeah.
Say that. You know what I mean? Say that, bro. Real talk. So, that's why I say from this point of view, man, as a writer and an author, even though we come up with our gangster shit, gangsters is not about killing and being the baddest motherfucker. Gangsters is about living according to a law and principle that you hold everybody to and they hold you to. Right. And when a wise man once said, when freedom is outlawed, outlaws are the only ones that'll be free. Right? Because when you try to make my way of life illegal, then I have no other way to live but like this. Right. You see what I'm saying? And the whole game is to get out of that situation. Not to embrace it and live and wallow in it, but get over it, out that situation, so that way we can create a better situation. Look at the Jews and the Italians and the Irish. They sit on corners too.
Right.
They had the mob too. But now what they doing? They run in Boston. They run in New York. They run in. You understand what I'm saying?
They stuck to the
Because
script.
They overcame that. They took that gangster shit and turned it into a motherfucking institution.
Yeah, you ain't lying about
That's what
that.
we do. You know what I mean? That's how we supposed to do this shit. So, you know, like I said, man, going forward, man, like I really appreciate the support. And I want to see everybody shine. I want to see other brothers and sisters shine. I want to be a part of their success. You know what I mean? And if we do that, then we all eat. We all live.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this for the people. We could, cause I know people gonna want to write you. I know people gonna want to try to put something on your books just out of the respect and the love for you, know. So we're like, you got an address they could send you anything or a letter.
Yeah. I show my name, so everybody know how to spell my name, but it's Kwame, Kwame, Teague. My printer number is 0401897, and then that's 0401897, and then the P.O. Box is 600. I'm in Nashville, North Carolina, 27856.
Yes, sir, man. We working, man. We got a lot of black soldiers and a lot of black leaders. We was working on their cases, man. So this is going on the internet. It's gonna go viral. I know Candace Parker and all the leaders that's out here protesting this prison reform we pushing you on top of the list.
And yo, I appreciate that. That's love. And anybody listening to this, anybody hearing this, yo, share this, man. Put it out there because again, I'm not just speaking for myself. I'm speaking on how we engage one another. We got to come together. Like, what we need to start doing is national Zooms. You know what I mean? Putting together a Zoom meeting where from coast to coast, where 1,000 motherfuckers can come up there. And we can talk about what the issues is. And 1,000 motherfuckers might not be able to speak, but 1,000 people could be there. We can talk about these issues. We can start having conversations like that, like this. You see what I'm saying? And then this person chime in, that person chime in. And then now we start connecting because if you in Cincinnati, I'm in New York, he in Miami, and he in Houston, or she out there in California, and she down there in North Carolina, then we can all come to the table and say, look, this is what we going to be doing over here. Well, this is what we going to do over here. This is what we going to do over here. Now we link. We organize.
That's why I tell everybody it only takes 50 niggas. One nigga from every state can make a powerful noise. You feel me?
Powerful. We'll be linked all the way across the board, from Washington all the way to tips of Florida, across the board, crisscross. We'll have that, and so that's what we're working towards. So anybody who feel like we feel, who think like we think, like get at us. Let's start this conversation. Let's push this conversation forward. Let's make shit happen in your hood, my hood. Let's make shit happen across the board. Whether it's with the movies, whether it's with the politics, whether it's with education.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like straight up, man. I was raised Muslim, and the Muslim brothers and sisters that have supported me, like, yo, man, love it, bring me to my heart. You know what I mean? Like, for real. But that's needed too. That energy.
Sir.
You know what I mean? Even the Christian brothers and sisters, that energy, that spirituality.
Right.
You can't forget that.
Right.
You can't forget that.
Right.
We come from a spiritual people. It's not necessarily a religious people, so don't get it mixed up. We come from a spiritual people because the music speaks for us. Where we come from, the drums. Remember, in Africa,
the drums is the heartbeat of life. I know. The drums is the heartbeat of life. I know.
Exactly, bro. So when we talking like that, then we can't forget that. We can't forget that rhythm. And that rhythm is the spirit. You know what I mean? And when you get that rhythm and you got that spirit and it moves, bro, like, yo, it ain't not like it.
Right.
Like if you ever notice a voodoo ceremony, and a lot of people misunderstand voodoo ceremonies, but when you look at the voodoo ceremony and when you look at somebody that gets the Holy Ghost, bro, I guarantee you couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, from what I seen,
You can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
You can't tell the difference. Why? Because they hit with a spirit. That spirit is deeper than good or bad. It's deeper than evil or good. It's a spirit. What that spirit does is what the question is. But it's the spirit itself. So when it hits you, we are spiritual people, bro. It don't hit everybody like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, look at the way our women move. Their sensuality. They other women got to go to school to walk like.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
You know what I mean? Like, they got to go to school to learn how to walk.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know how to walk. They walk right there from the born. When they born. So they feet touch the ground because there's a rhythm to it. There's a sensuality about it.
Man, right?
Sensuality is not necessarily sexual. It's real. It's us. You know what I mean? It's divine, bro. Real talk.
Man, I hear you, OG. I hear you.
Hey, yo, bro. like, yo, let's be Bill, man. I'll let everybody out there. I appreciate you. Look forward to talking to you.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
We're going to do this every week, man. And like, anybody want to join the conversation, come through. We want to make this happen, man. Yo, Stan, you know how we do, man. I'm going to touch back base with you real soon, man. Hold your head, little bro. We going to make this shit happen.
Keep your head up, OG. Love you, fool.
You already know.
Gone.